So I'm leaving the fan on for a little ASMR. This isn't scripted, but this is actually a drama video that only a few people will be able to figure out. I don't think I want to use specific names because I really, my intent is not to, hurt or shame or humiliate anyone. I'm pretty direct. So anyway, I first came on YouTube in 2010, and I originally had a different channel, different name. I don't think I had much more than 300 subscribers, and back then it was so different. My God, it was nothing like how it is now. And I had like a girly channel that had like, hair and makeup and diet and everyday life. My cats, I complained about the job and, blah, blah, blah. And a little bit about dating. I didn't really get into things personally. And it was a small, wonderful community of women that were supportive and loving and caring. And we were like a sisterhood. It really, really was wonderful. It was like the golden ages of YouTube. And some kind of glitch happened. I did not get a strike. My channel did not get taken down. But something happened. I don't know what happened. But I lost all but 6 videos. And I was unable to log in. I was unable to, the account is still up. I can't retrieve it. So I just decided that it was karma to leave it. But back then, I had a different name that very few people know or remember. And this is how I got just slightly away from the beauty community. Many years ago, I was watching Oprah when she had a TV show. And she had a man on that... his name was Jay Schaefer, and he built this 89 square foot tiny house. They had it on the show, and it was really quirky and funny and interesting and captivating. And for whatever reason, it piqued my interest. So after that, I kind of always had like a background interest in tiny houses. And then, I don't know what year this was, but when I had my girly channel, I found a tiny house channel. And I believed the man to be in Michigan, and it turned out he was in Pine Bush, New York, which at the time I was living like 20 minutes away, and I was working in the area. So, I kind of watched it, and at first I thought it was real. Then it turned out the guy was kind of like a scammer, and there was a lot of commenting going on back then, but there weren't chats. And so, but it became like almost like a little cult thing. And anyway, that's where I first was trolled, and without any choice of my own became a troll. And started trolling. When I say trolling, nothing, just little jokes. Very soft, gentle trolling, and blah, blah, blah. And some of you know the rest of the story. Well, there was one person there. I won't say what your former name was, but now you're known by a different name. I might use a thumbnail to give a hint. I've known you for so long, even though we don't interact much. Maybe back then we interacted a little bit. I really do not travel in the same circles online as you do. I'm more about like real life, and the internet is like sort of like secondary. And but we've known it, there's a little bit of history there, and you really do hold a fond spot in my heart. I can't really say anything bad about you. You've never done anything bad to me, and I don't think I've ever done anything bad to you. And regardless of, what's going on or whatever, I wish you well. I know there's some other people that I like that don't like you, but like, that's between you and them. I don't want to get into anything. Okay? And this is not meant as a criticism of you or them or anyone. It's just like an observation, So anyway, it came to my attention that you made a claim about a certain person who I'm also fond of, and I can't say because I don't want to cause a problem, but I think this is a person like me. We're all flawed, but I think has a sincere heart, and I do think very highly of this person, very, very highly. But I'm going to like sort of diverge a little bit. I think I understand your motive for what you said, and this is to the person whose name is a food item, okay? Now let me tell you something or remind you. I grew up in Ozone Park. I lived on the block. I lived around the corner from John Gotti's Social Club. I worked for John Gotti's dentist briefly. That was not my career. It was a part-time job after I had a baby, and I was basically a stay-at-home mom for a little while. And I went to, I'll say it, John Adams High School. If you found my high school yearbook, it is like 90% Italian American. And yes, naturally blonde, that's me. And these guys love blondes. So I was Italian by osmosis. I had Italian men dripping all around me, okay? I know a lot about Italian men, okay? Italian American, not necessarily from Italy, but like born here. And I know a lot about the vernacular, how they speak, the way they emote. There are different areas of Italy, and I don't know if it's sort of like prejudice for me to say that certain Italians that are descended from certain areas have different personality traits. So I really do pick up on things based on communication styles, the language they use, the phrasing. Some of it is not current to today's world. Some of the things that they would say or do, or the way they would respond or react, is not something that could be learned by a younger woman of today's world. So therefore, I don't believe that a certain Italian American man is really a woman using a voice changer. You know, and the behaviors and the responses to certain things are that of an old school, old world Italian American gentleman. And let me tell you something. I do like Italian American men. They are kind of my preference or my type. Sorry, Perry, but I've told you this before. So I know a lot about them, and I know, you know, the schmeal, and not just what they look like, but how they interact and everything. And, you know, I could not be fooled. If this person was a fake, I would know it. This person is not a fake. I don't think he's telling everything about himself. I don't think he's admitting to everything about himself. And I'm not going to snoop. I don't want to dox anyone or snoop or whatever. But I'm not going to give out specifics, but I've said in other videos about look to the left, look to the right. Don't listen to what they're saying. Even if they're not camming up, they are giving out tells about their background, their age, their morals, their upbringing. They do give tells and about their current situation. And this is not what they tell you or what they necessarily show, because anyone can make up a lie. Anyone could get a screenshot, Photoshop something, lift someone else's video clip. That's not it. And I'm not going to disclose how I find things out. But I am a native New Yorker. I do have some, you know, things about me that I'm observant. I don't like to do hand signaling. I don't like the mental gymnastics, jumping through hoops. I don't play that. I'm fairly direct and upfront. And anyway, I'm not mad at you. But, you know, I'm not as naive as you think I am. Anyway, I love all of you. Take care. Bye.